Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. It's no secret that the Lakers need reliable three-point shooters, and the opportunity to sign Malik Beasley, who performed well last season, has arisen. Malik Beasley played in all 82 games of the 2024-25 regular season, averaging 16.3 points, 2.6 rebounds, and 1.7 assists per game, while shooting 41.6% from three. These numbers made him a finalist for the Sixth Man of the Season award, finishing second in the voting, trailing only Peyton Pritchard. The Los Angeles Lakers need shooting. Malik Beasley is now available. The door is now wide open once again for teams to make a move, and few need his skill set more than the Lakers. According to ESPN's Shams Charania, Beasley has officially been cleared in the federal gambling investigation that put his free agency on pause. His attorneys Steve Haney and Mike Shafter confirmed he is not a target and will not face charges, removing the one cloud that had held up contract talks across the league. Malik Beasley just became a no-brainer for the Lakers. This should be an absolute no-brainer for the Lakers to go after him. However, there is a catch to making a reunion happen. Due to cap restrictions, the Lakers are not even able to offer a minimum deal right now. That would be the case until January 18th, unless they clear space by a consolidation trade. Given the state of Beasley's market, cooler after months of silence, and the Lakers' need for floor spacers who can play off ball, the fit is there if they can make the math work. Beasley is 28 years old and coming off one of the best seasons of his career with the Detroit Pistons. He played all 82 games, averaging 16.3 points, and shot 41.6% from three-point range, good enough to finish second in Sixth Man of the Year voting. That is what you call high efficiency and high availability production. For the Lakers, who ranked middle of the pack in three-point shooting last year, that kind of floor spacing is exactly what is missing. Outside of Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and the occasional hot night from LeBron James, Los Angeles has lacked consistent perimeter threats. Yes, Beasley's last run with the Lakers was not spectacular. He shot just 35.3% from beyond the arc in 26 games and had very limited playoff impact. But the version of Beasley we saw this past season with Detroit was sharper and a lot more disciplined. His former deal with the Pistons, a reported 3-year, $42 million extension, fell apart due to the false allegations. Now that he is cleared, those numbers likely will not return with the market dried up, opening a window for a contender to strike. At the end of the day, the Lakers need better shooting, and Beasley is a shooter. The only thing in the way now is timing and roster mechanics, but if they can work that out, this could be one of the sneakiest moves of the offseason. Luka Doncic's new look could unlock old piece of his game fans have been dying to see. Doncic's step back might take a step back. For the last couple of years, fans and analysts alike have pointed out something missing in Luka Doncic's game, the full-on, downhill attacking version of Doncic that once made defenders look helpless. He has still filled up the stat sheet, sure. But there were stretches where it felt like he was settling, taking more step backs, with a lot fewer drives. It looked like he had less force in his game. Now? That might be changing. I was hoping that weight loss would bring some of that quicker on-the-ball juice we saw earlier in his career, said Wosny Lambra on the Kevin O'Connor show. And I think some of that is back, to be sure. Luka Doncic's new look may revive the lost element of his game. So far, what Doncic has done in Eurobasket has passed the eye test. In Slovenia's most recent preparation game against Great Britain, Doncic looked light on his feet and completely locked in. He scored 28 points in limited minutes and got to the rim repeatedly. He went 7-for-7 at the line in the first quarter alone, and ended up finishing the game going 12-14 at the stripe. What is even better is that 5 of the 7 field goals he made came all within the arc. That is what the Doncic fans have been waiting to see. Someone who can get to his spots with ease, draw contact, and slice through defenses instead of dancing around them. Fans are not the only ones to notice this. His Slovenian teammates see it, too. He's faster and jumps more, forward Edo Muric told Peja Sapik of Basket News. This year, I expect him to be the best version of himself. Aleksej Nikolic, another one of Donic's teammates, agreed, saying, he's in a lot better shape. This all tracks with what we have heard, the strict diet, the 2-a-days, the cleaner recovery. It looks like that work is unlocking a version of his game that has been tucked away for a while. Remember the first time he played against Kawhi, Leonard, and Paul George in the playoffs? Lambra recalled. Those guys couldn't do anything with him. And it's not because he was doing a bunch of step-backs. It's because he was breaking these guys down, off the dribble. That is what makes this new version of Luka so intriguing. We already know he is one of the smartest, most skilled offensive players in the league. But if he has got that extra burst again, the one enough to get by elite defenders and live at the rim, he will be at a different level. The Los Angeles Lakers did not just bet on Doncic this offseason. They invested in his future. If this leaner version unlocks even one more gear, they might be looking at the best version of Doncic yet. Lakers predicted to start newcomer over Rui Hachimura. An anonymous NBA scout has some interesting thoughts on who the Los Angeles Lakers should include in their starting lineup next season. As NBA superstar LeBron James enters his age 41 season, time is running out for this version of the Lakers. Alongside James, Luka Doncic, the centerpiece of maybe the biggest trade in NBA history, should star. Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and 2025 free agent signee DeAndre Ayton are widely expected to round out the starting lineup. But according to Lakers Daily, at least one NBA scout thinks offseason acquisition Marcus Smart should be the fifth starter for the Lakers, instead of Hachimura. Lakers head coach, J.J. Redick, should start Marcus Smart over Rui Hachimura, the NBA scout said. They need a point-of-attack defender in the starting lineup and they won't have one if they start Luka, Austin, Rui, LeBron and Ayton. I would start Marcus over Rui. The scout continued, Rui would absolutely feast on offense playing against bench players, and Marcus can guard guys like Anthony Edwards, Gilgeous-Alexander, Stephen Curry, so Luka, Austin and LeBron don't have to and can focus on offense. Marcus Smart is one of the best defenders in the NBA. It's been a few years, but let's not forget that Smart was, at one time, the best perimeter defender in the association, bar none. He won NBA Defensive Player of the Year in 2022, anchoring a stifling Boston Celtics defense. If the Lakers need a premier defender on the wing, they have one in Smart. Smart played for the Grizzlies and Wizards last season after being traded at the deadline. His tenure in Memphis did not go well, as the Grizzlies initially traded a first-round pick to acquire him in 2023, hoping he'd be their missing piece between Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. It didn't work out for Smart in Memphis, and he spent much of his time in Memphis missing games due to injury. The team had to spend another first-round pick to offload his contract at the deadline. Still, Doncic, Reeves, and Hachimura aren't known for their defense. It's too much to expect Smart to regain his Defensive Player of the Year form, but if he can stay healthy in Los Angeles, he's still a capable defender at worst, and could potentially be much better than just that. Rumors continue to swirl that this could be James' last season before he retires. Rumors, it should be noted, he's done little to quash. If that is so, the Lakers would do well to make a serious title run while they still have arguably the greatest player in the history of the sport still on the roster. Their future is well in hand with Doncic, but he and James together could be something special. The NBA's Western Conference is absolutely loaded this year, with the Thunder, Timberwolves, Nuggets, Rockets, Grizzlies, Warriors, Clippers, Mavericks, and Spurs all entering the year with high expectations. If the Lakers want to compete in that group, they'll need to play defense. And Smart might be their best defender. Former Lakers big man compares Luka Doncic to LA Hall of Famer. The Los Angeles Lakers made the trade for Luka Doncic last season because they thought he was one of the best players in the league. It was a very easy decision to bring him to Los Angeles. Doncic hasn't finished a season in which he has been fully in shape yet, which means he has only scratched the surface of his potential. He still has another level he can reach. Doncic is a very good player and has already garnered some comparisons to all-time greats. One former player actually compared Doncic to one of the greatest Lakers players in history. Tyson Chandler compares Lakers' Luka Doncic to Magic Johnson. Former center Tyson Chandler gave Doncic the ultimate comparison. He compared Doncic to all-time Lakers legend Magic Johnson. He made that comparison while speaking with Eurohoops. "I would always call in Luka Magic because he reminded me of a European version of Magic Johnson. This new age, Luka is his own player, but Magic is the older generation of somebody with a smile that was the killer. They'd come out there and destroy you, win games, but with a big smile. He's such a joy to watch, and I love watching him." Nothing but great things to say about Luka. That's some very high praise for someone to give a current Lakers player. Johnson isn't just one of the greatest Lakers of all time, but he's one of the best players to ever play in the NBA. Luka Doncic has a lot to live up to while with the Lakers. Doncic will have a lot to live up to now that he's with the Lakers for the next few years. He's a really good player already, but being compared to Magic puts him at a whole new level. Doncic doesn't have the same kind of defensive skills or rebounding skills that Johnson had, but he's every bit as good a passer. He's arguably a better scorer than Johnson was, too. This past season with the Lakers, Doncic averaged 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game. He shot 43.8% from the field and 37.9% from beyond the three-point arc. Slovenia HC reveals Luka Doncic's frustrations, points to quality gap as key reason in loss. Luka Doncic's off-season efforts have seen him in the best physical condition of his career, ensuring that he is primed to put his best foot forward while representing Slovenia at the 2025 Eurobasket. Unfortunately, with losses mounting during the warm-up games, Doncic seems to be frustrated with the overall performance. This was particularly noticeable after Slovenia's blowout 106-72 loss against a Nikola Jokic-led Serbian team. Slovenia head coach Alexander Sekulic addressed Doncic's state while speaking with the media after the game. He said, "I felt frustrations from his, Luka, side today, too. He had a big desire, and he tried a lot in defense, too. Maybe he will have to accept a little that quality matters too here. Simply, opponents were much better. We let them look much better, too, and that's what we have to work on. And everyone has to help Luka, both players on the court and on the bench." Sekulic made valid observations while delivering his statement, but Doncic's frustrations are understandable. After an off-season marked by rigorous training, the 26-year-old has returned in superior condition. While he is still settling into a familiar rhythm with the game, the guard has been phenomenal regardless. To top it off, he has also shown an active effort on the defensive end. Unfortunately, the difference in talent against Serbia was certainly overwhelming. Slovenia's roster currently features one NBA player and one EuroLeague player, with the remaining roster featuring players in lower leagues. Meanwhile, Serbia's roster appears to be stacked, with 5 NBA players and 7 EuroLeague players. The game against Serbia was a challenge for Doncic. While being double-teamed for most of the game, the Slovenian star was limited to 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists on 4-18 shooting from the field. With aspirations to emerge victorious in the tournament, Doncic will require more support from his teammates. Doncic's teammates rely on him heavily. Luka Doncic is undoubtedly one of the most important players in Slovenia's rotation heading into the 2025 Eurobasket. But the reason they rely on him so heavily was revealed by his teammate, Klemen Prepelic. He said, "When in games, you cannot score, you give the ball to Luka, and he will do something. It's easier. Here we come to the question, on the court, it's super easy. Luka makes everybody better. He will put you in the spot, and you can just execute. You don't need to think about anything. Basically, you don't need plays. You give him the ball, spread the floor, and be ready to shoot the ball." While this is an increasingly positive testimony of Doncic's abilities, it highlights Slovenia's overdependence on him. With very little support, the guard may struggle to carry this team to wins against significantly more balanced rosters. Slovenia finished with a 1-4 record in the preparation games. This raises concerns as they approach the main tournament. With less than a week left before their first game, Slovenia must revisit its strategies to deliver better performances if it intends to make it out of the group stage. Lakers have massive problem Mark Walter must fix to get them back to the top. It is time to pick a lane. For a franchise built on big moments and bold moves, the Los Angeles Lakers have felt aimless for the past few years. Yes, they have Luka Doncic. Yes, they still have LeBron James, at least for now. And yes, they are always going to be linked to stars. The real issue with the Lakers right now is not talent, it is direction. Or in this situation, the lack of one. As Jovan Buha recently said on his podcast Buha's Block, there are certain teams and organizations and GMs and presidents that have a certain ethos. I don't know what the Lakers' ethos is. Lakers keep changing course and getting nowhere. He is right. The Lakers do not have a type. There is no obvious through line in the players they sign, the prospects they draft, or the rosters they build. The last few years have been a carousel of maybe this guy works, and that is a dangerous way to build around any star, and they can't afford to do the same with Doncic. Take a look at the other teams around the league. The Oklahoma City Thunder have a clear direction, they build around youth and chemistry. The Golden State Warriors build around shooting, IQ, and small ball movement. The Boston Celtics prioritize two-way toughness, versatility, and guys that can let it fly from beyond the arc. Even the San Antonio Spurs, during the era of Greg Popovich, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker, had a clear direction. They prioritized surrounding their stars with role players who have a certain character type, discipline, and team-first mentality. The Lakers seem to have no idea what they are doing. They put out a new plan every season and hope one sticks. One season, it is spacing. Next, it is big bodies. Then it is vets. Then it is youth. They are constantly pivoting, and that makes it nearly impossible to build long-term chemistry or cohesion. This is a big problem. It is nearly impossible to build something sustainable without a plan. Good news for them, they have the perfect opportunity to learn from their mistakes. Their new owner, Mark Walter, needs to do whatever he can to focus on surrounding Doncic with guys who work well with him. So far, it seems like he is trying. They made sure to bring in DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart. Those were guys Doncic wanted to recruit. Two guys will not cut it. The Lakers have an incredible scorer and a generational passer on their hands. Doncic is one of the best at generating open corner threes in NBA history. But if you do not surround him with shooters, switchable wings, and a rim-running big man, what is the point? Right now, this team consists of way too many one-way players. Guys who thrive on offense but struggle on the defensive end, or guys who are ball hounds but struggle to get the ball in the bucket. If the Lakers are serious about this next era, they need to commit to something. It cannot be just chasing names. It cannot be just hoping something clicks. They need a real direction.